Hi Pisces, welcome to Universal Guidance. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. It's going to be a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So let's get going. One more shuffle. Pisces. Here we go. Nice. Pisces. Hey Pisces. The overall energy of your reading is a Six of Swords. Moving forward. Not at the fastest pace in the world, but, this boat's being pushed along by it with a pole. There's no motor on the boat, but you are moving forward. And you're moving away from rocky waters towards smoother, calmer, and a more peaceful place in your life. You might not be moving forward alone either. There's more people on that boat. So up here in your highest energy is the Three of Cups. This is reunion, celebration. It's right next to the Seven of Cups. Now this is confusion and love. So I feel like you're having a reunion with somebody that you were a little confused about as far as love goes. That is interesting. Because the Seven of Cups, all these cups has something else in them. There's no room for love. And it's so confusing what cup to pick, Because it's like, well, if I pick that one probably won't work out. But if I pick that one probably won't. Look, there's a snake in that one. I don't want that one. So it's like very confusing. It's like all these cups come forward, but it's very confusing which one to pick. And actually, you don't want any of these cups. You want a cup that can hold love. All these cups have something else in them, and I think that that's what you've dealt with in the past. But I think whoever's coming back in might have been one of those cups. But this is joyful. This is a happy, reunion with somebody. It might be accidentally. It might be at a barbecue. It might be just at the grocery store or something. It's like, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you for so long. Why don't we get together, Something like that. Something's going to happen with somebody that really confused you in love. They were one of these cups. It's next to the Eight of Pentacles. It took some work to get over it. This Seven of Cups. It took some work. You had to really focus on yourself to get past the disappointment and the confusion that you had in love. So these are kind of the energies that are showing up here in your highest energy so far. Under the Three of Cups is the Four of Swords. I feel like whoever's coming back in, you've had to heal over. You've meditated, you spent time alone. You did spend time alone working on yourself, focusing on your own foundation here. This is meditating, praying, healing, a lot of healing over this, whoever was one of these cups here. It's very spiritual. There's stained glass windows here. This Four of Swords is right next to moving forward. So all this, you've been moving forward. You've been moving away from this confusion towards a smoother and a much calmer life. I have the Empress here on the other side of the Six of Swords and under focusing on yourself. I think this is what you discovered is you got your power back. You are an Empress, whether you're male or female. You carry the energies of being kind and considerate and thoughtful, graceful and loving and forgiving, generous. I mean, I could go on and on and on with the excellent qualities you have. You're a beautiful person. So male or female, you have those qualities. If you're a parent, now we do take note, there's a child on this boat going forward here. There might be a child involved in this reading, but if you are a parent, you're an excellent parent, male or female. So you've been working on yourself. You're becoming yourself again after all this confusion and healing you've done over a past love, which is coming back in. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's see what else goes on here. The Two of Pentacles. So yeah, talk about all that confusion. That's what you're healing over. Like I said, all that confusion. Well, you weren't getting, this was an ungrounded relationship. There was no commitment. in this relationship. And so that's why you decided to create your own. You created your own groundedness, your own commitment, instead of being all confused and juggling these pentacles all the time. And that's something you had to heal over. You took control of your life. You got yourself back. You have your independence, your groundedness, your security, and everything. You know, you are set for you. But then they come back in. But it is a happy reunion. Next to the Two of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. Really looking at that pentacle. The Eight of Pentacles, the Eight, really looking at that pentacle. You know, you really have your eye on the ball here, which is the pentacle. And this is also about analyzing a situation. This is about like looking into a crystal ball, analyzing, dissecting, just really trying to understand everything. This is under that moving forward. This is part of your healing, moving forward to a better place in your life. You've taken the time for yourself here. Right next to the Queen of Swords, this is possibly air energy. Oh yeah, the Empress, this is one of the cards for Libra, okay? Well, Queen of Swords is right under the Empress air sign, which would be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Male or female, this is about, you know, putting your sword up, okay, and seeking the truth, the clarity, and speaking the truth. So up here we have a reunion. You've been moving forward, getting your, you know, together, getting your stuff together, getting, you know, healed from this prior relationship. They come back in, and you have questions that really need to be answered for this to go much further than just a happy reunion. So let's take out more cards. More cards, please. And this is for Pisces. Pisces on here. You're moving forward all right. Pentacle. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Okay. So up here in your highest energy is the Death card. This is the card for Scorpio. But more importantly, this is about leaving the old behind and moving forward. And that's exactly what you did. It's not like you had a choice, but you did. You left the old energies behind, okay? The confusion. It's mostly confusion here, okay, about love. And you're moving forward. So it's like ringing out the old year, ringing in the new year. You move forward right towards the second biggest pentacle in the deck, the Queen of Pentacles. Male or female, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, might be strong in your chart or in somebody else's around this reading. Really focused on that pentacle, focused on that pentacle. You know, focused on that pentacle. I have 3 cards where you're really focused. I have 4 if you count the 7 of Pentacles. This is waiting for commitment. This is waiting for something to come to fruition. This is what you got past. You stopped waiting. You decided you're going to do it on your own, and you do. You do it on your own. So that pentacle is very important to you. You do need to feel grounded. You do need to feel secure and stable. And you've done it for yourself. You're no longer waiting for someone else to provide that security and stability. So you've moved forward, okay, from this past relationship, but they're coming back in, okay? Wow. So in discovering who you are, remembering who you are, all this power you have within yourself, this beautiful power, actually, is the 5 of Pentacles, and it's right under the Death card. This is something else you're leaving behind, the loneliness, the feeling of being rejected or left alone. So this was for, you know, it's like a universal reason. Spending all this time alone has helped you to move forward on your own. You see what I'm saying? And it's helped you to become a much stronger person. You have a lot of self-respect. This 5 of Pentacles is right next to the 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is right below the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is about the other person. I think they are a soulmate. I think you were friends, and I think you were lovers. And I think there was love between the 2 of you, and I don't know what happened. but they're the ones that are coming back. And I feel like they're coming back with that cup. Well, you know, the Three of Cups. This is a happy reunion. It's right next to the Judgment card. There's a spiritual lesson in here. The spiritual lesson, their guardian angels and spirit guides, I mean, they're blowing that horn down on you. They're like, hear ye, hear ye. You must learn this lesson. It's time. And I think that's exactly what happened. And I think this soulmate was a big part of that lesson. And I think this is who's coming back in this Two of Cups. But not until you learned a spiritual lesson, and I think that's what you did. In remembering who you are, remembering that you have control over your life. You can provide your own security and your own stability here. Your self-respect, your power. You got your power back. You may not have lost it through this person here, or some of it, whatever reasons, it may have been from someone else. But this person who's coming back in was here. They probably have no idea. They were there to help you learn a spiritual lesson. So whatever went down, they were wrapped up into it. Three of Swords. Right next to the Queen of Swords, you have questions about how could you just leave me and break heart? Because I think that's what they did. I think they kind of like, I don't know, they might have even ghosted you. How could you do that to me? You know, this is what the Queen of Swords it's all about. So there's clear and honest conversation, and it's going to be back and forth, and you're going to start it when they return. It's going to be happy. It's going to be joyful. But there will be this conversation. I have the High Priestess on the other side of the Three of Swords, and right under that, Two of Cups. I think your intuition, you know that they are a soulmate. You know that already. You just pull back that pomegranate curtain. This is the card of knowing and the card of intuition in the whole tarot deck. So, you know, you actually feel it. Especially when they come back, you understand. You're going to understand what went down, what actually happened here, because it puts you in a much better place of being you. Okay, this whole ordeal, and that's what the universe, that's what your guardians, angels, and spirit guides really wanted you to learn. It's going to allow you to put this burden down. This judgment was a heavy burden. Judgments are heavy burdens. But you know, just figuring out, getting your answers, this clear, honest communication with this soulmate who's coming back in joyfully, is going to allow you to drop these wands. You've been carrying them way too long. It's been a burden on your shoulders. I think you're going to be able to move faster. I think it was a slow process, not the slowest, but pretty slow process, trudging forward in your life, learning your spiritual lesson. But with this Death card being here, this is more like trotting along. So you're going to kind of pick up speed, and you're going to be able to put these wands down. You're either going to drop them all at once or one by one, because you can only carry that burden for so long before you're just going to have to let them start falling away. So, this was your reading, Pisces. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance.